Genghis Khan, originally named Temujin, was born around 1162 in the harsh and unforgiving steppes of northern Mongolia. His early life was fraught with hardship, poverty, and danger, shaping the character of a boy who would grow into one of history's most formidable leaders. His father, a tribal leader, was poisoned by rival clans when Temujin was still very young. This tragic loss left his family vulnerable, forcing them to survive in extreme conditions with limited resources. Orphaned and marginalized, Temujin experienced firsthand the brutality and unpredictability of tribal politics, hunger, and violence. Yet, these early struggles became the foundation of his resilience, strategic mind, and indomitable spirit. Growing up, Temujin witnessed the fragmented nature of Mongol society. The Mongol tribes were often small, isolated, and engaged in constant conflict. Alliances were temporary, trust was fragile, and survival required both strength and cunning. Despite these challenges, Temujin displayed remarkable intelligence and leadership skills from a young age. He began forging alliances with other tribes, demonstrating not only courage but also a strategic mind capable of assessing both human and political dynamics. Unlike many of his contemporaries, Temujin valued merit over birthright. Those who demonstrated loyalty, competence, and bravery were elevated, regardless of their social status or family lineage. This principle would later become a hallmark of his leadership and a key factor in the strength of his army. By his early adulthood, Temujin had begun to unite the Mongol tribes under his leadership. This was no small feat. Tribal politics were brutal, and loyalty was often fleeting. Yet, through a combination of diplomacy, strategic marriages, alliances, and decisive military action, Temujin consolidated power. In 1206, after uniting the Mongol tribes, he was proclaimed Genghis Khan, meaning, universal ruler. This marked the beginning of an era that would reshape the political and cultural landscape of Eurasia. Genghis Khan's army was revolutionary for its time. Comprised primarily of light cavalry, it was highly mobile, disciplined, and capable of moving across vast distances at remarkable speed. His soldiers were expert archers, trained to shoot accurately from horseback while riding at full gallop. They were organized into units based on the decimal system, groups of 10, 100, 1,000, and 10,000, which allowed for efficient command, coordination, and flexibility in battle. One of his signature strategies involved feigned retreats to lure enemies into traps, followed by devastating counterattacks. This combination of speed, discipline, intelligence, and psychological warfare made the Mongol army nearly unstoppable and spread fear across Asia and Europe. However, Genghis Khan was not only a military genius, he was also a visionary statesman. He understood that conquest alone would not sustain an empire. To govern effectively, he introduced a strict legal code known as the Yasa, which emphasized discipline, loyalty, and justice. While enemies could expect ruthless treatment, within his empire, law and order were paramount. Temujin also practiced religious tolerance, allowing Muslims, Buddhists, Christians, and other groups to practice their faiths freely. This policy of inclusion helped stabilize the diverse populations under Mongol rule and fostered loyalty and cooperation. Trade and communication were another cornerstone of Genghis Khan's vision. He recognized the importance of secure trade routes, most notably the Silk Road, which connected Asia and Europe. Under his rule, these routes were protected, allowing merchants, scholars, and travelers to move safely. This not only boosted commerce but also facilitated the exchange of ideas, technologies, and cultures across continents. The Mongol Empire became a bridge between civilizations, contributing to an unprecedented era of economic and cultural development. Genghis Khan's military campaigns were vast in scope and profoundly impactful. He conquered large regions of Central Asia, northern China, Persia, and even reached the borders of Eastern Europe. Each campaign demonstrated not only his military genius but also his ability to inspire unwavering loyalty among his soldiers. Leaders within his army were chosen based on ability and merit rather than noble birth, creating an effective and motivated hierarchy. His campaigns were marked by careful planning, intelligence gathering, and the effective use of terrain and speed. The psychological impact of his reputation alone often caused cities to surrender without a fight, sparing them from destruction while extending his influence. Despite his fearsome reputation, Genghis Khan was pragmatic and forward-thinking. He encouraged the relocation of skilled artisans, engineers, and administrators from conquered territories to contribute to the empire's growth. Cities captured by the Mongols were often integrated into administrative systems rather than destroyed, allowing local economies and cultures to continue flourishing under Mongol protection. This approach ensured that his empire was not only vast in size but also sustainable and efficient. Temujin's personal life also reflected his values of loyalty and family. He married Bort, his childhood companion, who became a trusted advisor and supporter throughout his life. Family loyalty was central to his leadership philosophy. His sons and grandsons continued to expand the Mongol Empire after his death, ensuring the continuation of his vision and the consolidation of his achievements. Genghis Khan died in 1227 under circumstances that remain somewhat mysterious. Some accounts suggest he was wounded in battle, while others indicate illness. Regardless, his death did not end the Mongol Empire. Divided among his sons, the empire continued to grow and eventually became the largest contiguous empire in world history. The Mongol Empire facilitated unprecedented cultural exchange, scientific advancement, and economic development that shaped Eurasia for centuries. The duality of Genghis Khan's legacy is particularly fascinating. On one hand, he was a ruthless conqueror, responsible for the deaths of millions and the destruction of cities. On the other hand, he was a visionary ruler who established laws, promoted trade, and encouraged cultural integration. He transformed the Mongols from a fragmented nomadic society into a powerful empire that connected East and West in ways never seen before. Genghis Khan's story is also a tale of human potential. From an abandoned child living in extreme poverty to a ruler of the largest contiguous empire in history, his life illustrates the transformative power of resilience, vision, and leadership. His strategic brilliance, ability to inspire loyalty, and administrative innovations continue to be studied by historians, military leaders, and political theorists alike. The impact of Genghis Khan extends far beyond military conquest. His empire reshaped political boundaries, established systems of governance, and facilitated the movement of goods, knowledge, and culture across continents. The secure trade routes he established, the legal frameworks he implemented, and the cultural tolerance he promoted left a legacy that influenced the development of future civilizations. Even today, his name evokes a combination of fear, respect, and admiration, reflecting the complex nature of his influence. Genghis Khan's life serves as a powerful reminder of the capacity of human ambition and intelligence. Despite early hardships, personal loss, and constant danger, he rose to become a unifier, conqueror, and visionary leader. His story teaches lessons about leadership, strategy, resilience, and the importance of combining vision with practical governance. In conclusion, Genghis Khan remains one of the most extraordinary figures in world history. His rise from a vulnerable child in the Mongolian steppes to the ruler of a vast empire exemplifies the impact a single determined individual can have on the course of human civilization. He reshaped nations, cultures, and trade, leaving a legacy that continues to resonate across continents. His life, both brutal and brilliant, remains a testament to the enduring power of leadership, vision, and the human spirit. Genghis Khan's name endures as a symbol of ambition, intelligence, and transformative leadership. From the windswept steppes of Mongolia to the far reaches of Europe and Asia, his story is one of resilience, strategy, and historical significance. By studying Genghis Khan, we not only learn about the rise of the Mongol Empire but also about the interconnectedness of civilizations, the power of leadership, and the enduring influence of one man on the course of history.